Hi, Mary.
Why, there I am. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. How
Mhm.
was your week?
Hey.
You busy, huh?
Uh, mhm. Yeah, and not what we're supposed to be doing either.
You don't mean studio work. No, but like what are you getting distracted? Do you have other do you have drama in your life?
Yes. Quite a
Oh.
bit of it these last few days. Just
Ooh.
lots. Yes.
Is
And
it good and juicy or is it bitter and brittle? The drama. The drama.
it's just doing what you gotta do.
Okay. Well, that's just life, right?
Yeah. Well, have we got a few minutes for
No one else is here, so
therapy?
just you. Yeah.
I just want to tell you just a bit, because don't get me started. Uh, the most recent thing is my basement flooded.
Oh,
Okay, that was 2 or 3 days ago.
oh no.
My vehicle broke down. What else? I forget. There are a whole bunch of other things.
Oh no.
So, and worst thing about the vehicle, besides the panic of not having a vehicle, I can't stand that.
Yes.
Anyway, it cost a fortune, above a
Oh,
fortune. So I hope this sells.
yeah. I think it will.
Well,
It's a really beautiful concept and it's looking great. So,
yeah, well, ran into real frustration yesterday, and I just quit.
okay, good. Go walk away. That's great. That's
Went
a
and had
real
a beer. Is anybody else around?
Stace, no, someone just popped up.
Anyway, went and had a beer, and
Yeah, that's so smart.
yeah,
Okay, well, good reaction. I, you know, I don't drive still, and I can't even imagine. At least I have somebody, you know, I can't even imagine living in Marysville without a car.
yeah, I know. Well, I'm more than that. I'm really out in the country, really out in the country. Yes. Anyhow, so you just cope with things. I lived
Yeah.
in Saskatchewan for a long time out in the country, and you do what you got to do.
Do you have? Can you see your neighbors si- like
Oh,
with the
yes.
eye line? Okay,
Yeah, there's a neighbor, just up the hill, and he helps with snow clearing.
nice. The snow angel. That's what my nana used to call
Yeah, that's what he
neighbors.
does for sure. And I'm a hired man down the other end of the road, so I can call on him. But hired is the key
Yeah,
word here,
yeah. It all costs money, doesn't it?
doesn't it? Oh, well, anyhow, but that's not what we're here for.
No, I'm okay. Everyone's here, so because it's two, I'm gonna let them in, and and I will say that at least you're down to a point where it'll get better. I mean,
Yeah. Well, I don't panic about these things anymore, you know, because hey, life is short.
and you've been through shit. Like it's like
Yeah,
I know what it smells like. I know what it is stepping in it, and I know how to climb out of it.
yeah. It's just that so many have come so close together. That's the thing.
Yeah. Oh, so the my I had a fellow I worked with at Wallets. He said, put on like your suit, right? He goes because he goes, it's time to be a bi-directional shit shield. And I've never forgotten that because it's such a good visual of like shit's coming at you from every angle. Put on your like your goggles, I guess.
Right, welding helmet. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, here we go. I'm gonna emit
Okay.
flames. Well,
Okay, I'm ready now.
this is exactly why we need this, isn't it? Because there's always stuff. Hi, Esther.
Hi.
Hi, Nancy. Hi, Stacy.
Hello.
I got ready for our class this morning. I've been up early. I'm an early bird usually, and I was in the studio 9:55, and I'm like, what am I doing? My classes are usually in the morning, right?
Oh,
So
yeah.
I I ended up going tree tapping. So it's the week for it here. The temperatures are warm in the day and cold at night. So
Yeah, from maple syrup.
yeah.
Cool.
So we went out and we did 11 buckets, 3 out in the woods. And while we were out in the woods, Toshi found the ass end of a rabbit.
Oh.
And so I de-legged the thing and I let him have it. Because there's no taking the wild out of this one.
Yeah.
I've read. There's just it's prey drive, I guess they call it.
Oh yeah.
So he was a good boy. I had to trick him to get it from him, but so I've had because I've been like excited. I was thinking about our projects last night and then woke up with it. And so, I mean, those things were all a distraction. I'm quite excited to be here and get into our work because life is crazy. And this is why we need art. I mean it. I am so more believing that art is essential and a necessity, just like food, sleep, water, and that's where my belief system's going. So I'd like to start with a catch up sharing of what's happened, if there's any work that's been done in the past week. If not, that's fine. So we'll just do a couple of minutes each. We'll do a little round to share and get our selves reoriented into the world of large animal works. And any concerns, any thoughts, bring them up. We may not just get all into discussion. I'd like to talk about mixed media today. And because I was out, my cell phone, which is what I use for the overhead camera, has moisture detected. And so I have 50% on the overhead. My iPad's fine for like, you're not going to see me drop off our class call, but just for any kind of planning and exploring in a sketchbook and using that overhead, I'd like to do that within the first hour before my phone dies, because I tried to plug it in before our class and it said it again. So I'm not going to push that. So let's open this up. Who's ready?
Oh, sure.
Esther?
What the heck?
Do you want to position your camera so that we can see your work?
I can try, or you have it also on.
I can share my screen, sure.
Yeah, I'm in a weird place in my house. Anyway, I won't go into my long story about that, but
Okay.
oh, great. So, I've been trying to catch up with everybody else, and I have to say I don't feel as confident. I used to draw a lot and I've been away from it, but I'm also going to say that have found this process to be absolutely mesmerizing. You know, it's like when I get into it, I can't stop myself. And so what I focused on was using the charcoal powder, I used willow stick charcoal, and I also used a little bit of the compressed charcoal in this. There's obviously more work to do. I guess one of the questions that I have is I'm not just going to leave the right side of the canvas there blank. At least I don't think I am. So I was thinking about either putting in an indication of the tundra, or sort of like a tree trunk going up up the right side somehow or other, because I've learned that caribou are herbivores and they feed off of the lichen on trees as well as on, on rocks.
Well, lichen falls from trees, so I bet they just get it in a whole bunch of good ways.
Yeah, that's true. No, I'm not that I know much about lichen, but yes, that's true.
I only learned about that last summer because it was falling off. It was on the ground. I'm like, I know it's coming from above.
Right.
Okay. Beautiful bum, beautiful faces, beautiful fur indication of especially the side of him. I don't know. Does the antlers indicate if they're male or female?
So, the one on the right and behind, that's a female. They have thinner antlers,
Okay.
and the one on the left is a male. I don't know if it's a fully grown male, but it is a male because it's got the thicker, some of the thicker antlers going on there.
And I would love to see them much thicker. There's already one that's quite. You're going for it. Just go for it.
Okay. Even though in the photo it's not, but
with the photo.
Yeah. Okay. I have exaggerated them both antlers a bit by elongating them, but I will add more emphasis to the antler.
Even the lady one, I would suggest thicker because it reminds me of the experiences I've had doing trees when they're just line work. They feel like, the wind will just knock them right over. You could,
right.
they should feel stronger. They don't have to be dark. You can like have them more, partially erased out. But I can talk to you about like a little line work that make them also look round, like they're 3D.
Okay.
So I'll pass it off to anyone else for just some feedback and even thoughts about the environment.
Just also just that, there's something very calm and serene about these animals, and I was interested in that.
I like the idea of a tundra and even maybe indications of more caribou in the back, like barely there.
I like the idea of the tundra also. I think with the tree, like you already have the caribou going from top to bottom, like both caribou, they touch top to bottom. And I think the third would like just cut off that part. So like the tundra or grasses, something that lets that area breathe still.
That's a good point.
I have another question, like, the horizon, say I put the tundra in there and there's some kind of horizon line. There's a part of me that doesn't want it just going straight across.
Doesn't have to.
No. So, Sharlena, maybe I could do with some advice around how to do that.
Yeah, we can. What I'll do is
and the group too.
Yeah. Well, as a group, I'll save this and then I'll bring it into Procreate and we can make some horizon lines or disappearing lines and see what feels good. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that's great.
We had a little. I'm just gonna come back so that I can see everyone here. We had a little back and forth, Esther and I, over text where, and I want to say. My initial suggestion was to develop the background in the same time frame as the caribou, because there's actually a whole bunch of reasons why. I do totally respect and understand that there are people who can do a corner and bloom out, but for something of this exploration, I feel the risk of doing so much work on one area so that it feels really like three-dimensional and done, and then going into like, say the surroundings really puts a lot more pressure than is necessary.
Okay.
Because then you're like, well, I can't mess up the surrounding area. I've put so much work into the animal. So there's and then there's also composition and atmosphere and things that just relate to each other, to do those as you go, to me makes more sense in the process. But that is just the way my mind works and my experience has been. I think that, again, online stuff and the Instagrammers who show sped up videos or show their final work has really like made an unrealistic goal for finishing something, that it's an exploration. So to wait, I guess the question would be is why wait? And
I think part of my reason is I just simply didn't know what to do.
fair.
Like in the photo, there's no background.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be making it up. And so this feedback is really helpful. And I think I'm going to keep the background, like the tundra, quite simple.
You could have trees in the background. You could maybe look for,
but I don't want too much. Like I actually like the simplicity of the two caribou. So I don't want it to be too much taking away from them.
The other thing you could do is cut the paper.
I was going to say.
Yes, and I've thought about that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's which is an option to the very end.
Right.
For all of us. Like at any point, something at the very end is like this, it would be better without this. Chop, chop. Love paper for that. So we'll use some tech. We can even, maybe look at some photos that are in the distance of the area that you have actually been, so that there's a literal connection.
Right.
So that kind of patching references together can take time. And just seeking. So that's a good reason, is to say I'm not ready to do it, but then to not like just keep putting it aside. Just like,
right,
you're at a great point to say, no, they're on the page, but where are they?
Yes. And you know what? I'm also, through this whole process, which I love this. Like I can see myself doing this again. I just love it. And I love charcoal. But I'm very inspired now to learn Procreate.
Yeah. I almost sent you, there's a lady, I'll try and find the email. No, sorry, I didn't send it to you because the class is over, but there's lots of like Procreate beginner classes, and it's worth it. I mean, did you ever take a class, or did you just fiddle and learn by yourself?
I had Skillshare for a while. I don't have it anymore, but I learned some for that, and then I forgot most of that, and so just trying to fiddling. Or if I don't know anything, I will Google or YouTube.
Yeah.
So it'd be nice to have like a class to really dive down into it, because I'm just doing little surface, scratching things of putting like the birds together in different, areas. So
yeah, that was Procreate, the program Stacey used to do her sketches. So it's not like for everybody, trust me. But it is cool. So so Skillshare, write that down, Esther.
Okay.
Skillshare is like you can I think just buy specific classes. I'm sure you can, because I bought a class once.
Can you? I know it's like a $99 yearly thing, but it has art classes, knitting, cooking, tech.
It's like
photography. You name it, it's probably got little classes on it, and some of them are really good. Some of them are like you and I could become a Skillshare teacher. Like anybody can. You just, if you have an idea, you put it together and, submit it. So
they're not live, they're recorded, right? Yeah. So you don't get necessarily asked questions at all.
Yeah.
That's helpful. Thank you, Stacey.
Yeah.
Okay. And so we're gonna, this is all just to intro, and then we'll work our way around. Nancy, because you were kind of at a great point and done last week. Did you just leave it?
Yeah, mostly because Rosie got sick. So the wreath got pushed back. So I've been looking at it because I spent a lot of time down here while she was in the backyard doing her thing.
Oh, babies.
But I didn't touch it. So I'm anxious to get going.
Good.
She's doing fine. And so I can
Oh.
get back to this.
Okay,
Yeah,
lots.
I swear it was after the last class. That night, I was up all night in the backyard because we have coyotes and stuff here. So it's like, and I was trying to talk her into going on newspapers in the house, and she'd have no part of that. So
Well, that's good though.
I know it's like I was almost like 3 nights in the backyard.
Oh, did you like
Like,
get a tent and just camp?
I know I had my little chair out there, and I had my big light. I just put it out with me, and poor dog. Anyway, so yeah, so I don't have anything. I just want to get
Cool. Well, we're gonna talk about color today. So
good. Okay.
that's great, and I'm good that Rosie is doing better. Mary, would you like me to screen share what you emailed?
Okay.
Is that good? Okay.
No, that's not the most recent. I've done work after that, but that's
well then what I can do is just spotlight your screen if you want to hold it up.
oh, okay.
Because you said you ran into a wall yesterday, so let's help you.
Yes, just a sec. I have to unplug something here and move something. Just a sec.
Okay.
Okay. You'll roll you around. If I lose you, we're in big trouble.
This looks lovely.
There it is.
Awesome.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I see. You did add some environment. Oh, I like it.
Yeah, that isn't the best way to see this, is it?
It's okay. We can understand the skew.
Oh.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes, I had kind of a northern light thing going here.
Yeah.
Which happened by accident. It wasn't intended. I just wanted to put a mark there to help with the definition here. And it looked kind of like northern light. But see, I couldn't figure that all across. And if you have northern lights, it's nighttime when you see them. And if it's nighttime, the bears aren't there. And if they are, you don't see them.
Wow, but but a lot of that's I think where you can conceptually make an exception for that.
Well, I have critics in the family who are naturalists.
Oh, yeah.
Oh dear.
So I thought what I might do, and I didn't want to, well, I'm scared to do anything really, but I thought I'd just use kind of slightly stylized motion in the same thing, because I had thought, well, I'll tint it maybe and, do something there, but that is not going to work. Just to scummel and shape some of this stuff very indefinitely. Kinda.
Well, I do like that you've added in some what looks to be background, even if it.
Right. Yeah. These lines here kind of indicate that these guys are coming over, coming up between. So if you carry the vanishing point, it would be right about there, which is kind of cool. But
yeah.
But see, then it could leave this whole area open to more or less sky because they're on a raised. They're coming up this draw.
So am I seeing soft pastel as your media of choice for color? Because I see some blue in there.
Here. Here. I just put that where their paws touch the ground. But yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna make a note. So you're doing soft pastel. Okay. All right, Mary. Well, okay. Any thoughts for Mary?
If you wanted the movement lines instead of doing it up top because you didn't want them up there, could you do them where their paws are and have them going two? Does that make sense? instead of going horizontal, go vertical. So it looks like it's going out from, they're moving forward.
That could be interesting.
Does that make sense?
Like here.
Like, yeah, in front of them. Yeah. Like the front and the side. So make him going towards the vanishing point. So just a few straight lines to make it like they're coming out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to save the last photo you sent me, even though it's not like, I mean, it's not that different. And I'm going to, again, do some Procreate lines and stuff that I'm going to pull that up. We can play with that. Okay.
Okay. What are?
Am I? Oh, I'm not sharing my screen. Okay, I'm going to download that. Yeah. We'll talk about the line work and stuff that you could do. I want to say to your naysayers that you can do conceptual illustration of color without it being literally Northern Lights, but inspired by. But then you have to fight for it, I guess, for the people
Yeah.
like.
I was going to say blue might just work.
I
A
don't
moon,
that much.
A blue or moon,
You know, I
yeah.
say I'm not Robert Bateman or anything.
No.
But
Well,
that's
I like
interesting, Nancy. Yeah, go ahead.
I like the cleanliness of the figures. Like they're going to be white and shadowy. And so I almost like your icy blue behind.
I had messed around with just a sec, I'll see if you can see.
Yeah.
There was that kind of what is it? It's a pastel that I ground up.
Yeah.
But I thought if it isn't going to be a general color thing, to blend into it, it's not going to look right to have all of a sudden a color back there.
Right. Well, this is what I was talking about. I don't know if you can see it. Like there's the bears. It looks like a bum right now, but like the lines that come out.
Yeah.
Oh.
Does that make sense?
Oh yeah. Toward the
So
back.
it looks like they're going forward out of, where they're coming from.
I like that a lot.
Yeah. Suggested, maybe not as definite as that, but something suggested that way.
Yeah.
So, that's really leading us all into talking about what color is going to do, right? Because with black and white, and not all animals being black and white, like you have polar bears that are white, you can't really do, so much detail. Same with Esther. Caribous are pretty high key, right?
Yes.
And then Stacy's going to run into what the hell do you do in the surrounding area, if at all. And you can choose nothing. You can choose to have it very minimal and simple and open. Nancy and I are more close up. So our animals are like, blah, right? Right in your face, take up the whole frame. But this is, part of the question is, do you need to have much of anything if you're going to bring in color for the background of the polar bears, and it's going to be like, say, a couple of playing around with blues, icy blues, smudging it around, maybe getting some Emily Carr, like if you have, like just some motion or like just interesting marks instead of trying to make it like a perfect gradated wash, because that's boring. You might as well just have used like a blue piece of paper, and then actually gotten white pastel. You know what I mean? Like this, where we are right now, the question is, what do you do with that? So perhaps bringing in color is all that you need for, the focus, and then the little shots here and there in the polar bears. And because they're drawn so well, they're telling a story themselves. Do you need much more? And so you can fight for less.
Yeah, I like that.
I like the minimalism because the polar bears are so strong.
Yeah.
So
But that's me.
yeah. I think you're already on that route, Mary, because you pulled out that piece of paper to play. And so I think it's deciding your colors and
But I'm wondering about even using color at all.
well, you already brought it in there though, didn't you?
It's only there. It's only that, yeah. But I found that grinding up those pastels, it doesn't erase like charcoal and it doesn't smudge like charcoal, and
No.
it's a little scary because you get a glob of it where you don't mean to and you can't get rid of it.
Yeah, and you're soft pastels that you're grinding, right?
Well, they're not, I don't think I really have soft pastels. They're more stick, but they're not hard pressed, but they're fairly hard pressed. So I will make a,
Semi hard.
yeah.
Well, okay. Yeah, okay, we'll talk about soft pastels, or we'll just pastels in general, the different formats and application. And what else did I mention? I think I would do color.
Yeah.
I would, because you could leave it like, if you could pull up that blue, and just have it black and white, you could. But in the just with the why not explore? Just why not?
I'll never be able to do this again.
Yes, you will.
You did it once. Why?
Yes.
No, you did it once. Of course you can do that.
Oh, yeah,
Not the
wonders,
same thing. You're not a machine. You can do another large piece, but but you're right that this is the polar bear piece. This is it, and it's okay whatever you decide to do. But when I suggested mixed media, I did not necessarily mean color. Like there could, I don't know, you could have thought of anything else, but you went instinctively to soft pastel and this icy blue. I think there's something there, and I think it'll look really sophisticated and smart. And to not be afraid of it, because the drawing is so strong. So let's get you to a place where the application is confident. So I'm kind of thinking, okay, we'll hit up Stacy, and then we'll get to our sketchbooks and just play with media that we have and color swatches.
Great.
I have my piece I want to use as an example to talk about to paint or to draw, and then the issues that we face with either of those. And then also to take that bold leap and just try something. And so I will share those thoughts. So Stacy, do you have any updates for the group?
Well, for others, maybe not you.
Yeah, because we did talk about yours on Sunday.
All right, here, let me turn this around. Sorry, guys, so that I can see where it's at in the. Okay. I just got some new compressed charcoal that I opened up right now, and it's way darker and a different color. So I added some here.
Which brand?
It is Faber-Castell compressed charcoal, extra soft.
Okay. I can see it. I like that yeah.
You can see it?
Yeah, I like that you're one notch darker, because
yeah.
Velvety.
Yeah, so I was going to add some more dark in here, this wing, and then in here. So, and I had just planned on doing red here, 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 and then here, because this one's a female. And that was the only color I was bringing in.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like the plan.
I still have to finish here. I haven't done anything since we talked. Do I need to do anything in the tree of here?
Tree's nice. Really nice.
I like that texture.
Thank you. So I don't have to make it dark or anything. I do have to finish that right there.
No more dark. No.
Okay.
I like the kind of whimsy stuff out of the left side. Just again, not just straight up and down. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
Would
All right.
color on the eye?
There's no color on these ones. This one is a light yellow, so I might do color there.
Yeah.
I don't know here. Okay, ready? I'm gonna move forward. So I don't know. Can you see the two-tone in the eye?
Yeah.
Yes.
There.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And then this one is this one does have, like, I've had it much clearer. So
Wonderful details. You really did a great job.
Yeah, your
Don't worry.
black is so black. I mean, it's great.
yeah, that's that new compressed charcoal. So I'm really glad I got that in. I'll have to
Beautiful.
darken this wing up a little bit just so it pushes it, So
But do it as accents, Stacy. Like as in
yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna do the whole thing, just
Yeah.
a few here, and then it's lighter in here on the picture anyways, so maybe a little bit in here,
Mhm.
and then the edge of the feathers.
So
Is it a straight like you wanted me to fix before?
oh no, it looks good. It just that little inconsistency, like where it looks great. It's not as straight as it was, and it looks good.
Okay.
And I was gonna say, don't make the decision about the eye until after you put the red in. You'll know what to do.
Okay.
And you'll have feedback from everyone. So
yeah, because it might be weird. It'd be like the only yellowish part.
there, when you make a decision, I'm just going to unspotlight you. So thank you for sharing. Once you make a decision to do like a hot spot of color, like I think the red is great because then that's the identifiable trademark of. I don't think the eye is going to matter personally, but you'll know if it looks odd or if it feels unfinished or if your intuition is like, but what about the eye? Why'd you leave it? Why are you signing it before doing that? But I will say that for the future, if you ever are doing an animal and you want to do it black and white and just color the eyes, be mindful. Okay, it's just been done a lot.
Yeah.
And it is a little kitschy. And if it hadn't been done a lot, I'd be like, go for it. But because it has been done, it's like, just really question if you're just going to do, like, if you're going to do a cat face. Listen, it's in one of my my thought processes when I do commissions of animals. If someone's like, oh, can you do, like, I have a white cat and it's a Persian with blue eyes. I have done it and it looks kitschy. And it's like, that's what the cat looked like. But honestly, better to like have not done the eyes blue. So anyway, but that is maybe more of a personal thing too. So, okay. Thoughts about mixed media. Since Sunday, we had an open studio session, and one of the ladies had said, hey, there's this illustration book I have. I can't remember the artist's name, but it was really beautiful. And the foxes, because I was having a hard time with the paws, I had to look up different reference photos. The foxes, she's like, oh, this artist in this book, he did the foxes colored and then the background's all black and white. That could be really cool. And then I thought, yeah, I've done a lot of projects from this wonderful book I have on expressive drawing of charcoal and gesso. And it's a really nice combination because gesso's matte, it's opaque, and it mixes really well with charcoal. And then as it's drying, the charcoal goes back over top of the gesso, and it's a really beautiful combination. Yes, Mary, yes. Gesso and charcoal. Now, so I was up until last night, and I went, I fell asleep very excited going, I'm going to get out the gesso and I'm going to do gesso painting into this. And then I came down in the morning and I said no. And so it's an interesting thing, right? That's why I want to talk about this, because we've gotten to a point where we've explored all these different things, taken many classes, done many works. You kind of have a sense of what you like and what you've done before. But this piece we haven't done before. This is a piece that is new, and it needs new thinking. And we need to stay at the heart of why we chose it. What is it about the animal and the decisions we've made up until this point? So I am so sure that I'm going to do color in the background. What I did to set up for a demo and to inspire how to explore where it's safe and not on the large piece is that I've prepared in my sketchbook just a little tapas of the charcoal powder, the compressed charcoal all smudged out, and then some eraser bits to mimic the grass and the green, which actually I should show you where this is at. So I'm still not quite done figuring out the pause, but I think I'm definitely in a better situation with this one. Whereas in the photo, they're just all down. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't look right. And I can't just cover them up with grass, because that's like the easy way out, and it'll be obvious. So I found other photos, and then I was, okay, so I feel this is definitely better, and I will figure out like where these ones are. Okay. But all this stuff and getting that in there was, I'm not going to spend the time doing all the blades of grass, because I knew I was going to bring in something else. The other reason why I don't want to do black and white background is because when the suggestion was made, and, bless her heart, it's a great idea, but that was for a fox. And coyotes don't have a lot of color. So I'm like, black and white background, and then coyotes, which don't have a lot of, vibrancy like a fox. And I thought, no, I really do want a nice green. So that's where I'm going to go. I'm going to explore the green. And this is where, Mary, you're going to be looking for the blues. Nancy, you're going to be looking for, again, at least 3 variations of your orange, browns, warms. Same, Stacy, this is the time to test the red that you were thinking, the wash, and then the soft pastel over top. And then Esther, this is also a place to maybe look for reference photos. But okay, so I'm going to test 2 things real quick to show you why you want to set up kind of a little charcoal sampler. I'm going to play with color. I'm pretty sure I'm going to lean to soft pastel, but before I had taken these out, I had pulled out some acrylic colors. So I'm just going to give that a shot. And I'm going to mix the colors with a clear gesso so that I retain that grittiness.
What do you mean, grittiness? The charcoal grittiness, or what do you mean?
So that I can keep drawing over top of it.
Okay.
This, when I was picking colors, I was like, well, even when you have an opaque color, and opaque colors have bigger particle sizes, so they end up becoming matte when they dry. But even still, it's still got a bit of a plasticky feel, and it's harder to, be sure that you're going to draw well over top of it. And then the colors that I have, this one, transparent, that's going to dry shiny. So putting in some clear gesso is retaining almost like a dry media ground vibe. So that when it dries, I can still draw into it.
So why isn't that smudging your charcoal?
It is.
Oh.
It is.
So is this kind of the reverse craftsy lesson?
Yes.
Okay.
Pardon me, I need to take a swig of water. Yeah, ever since craftsy, because I did so many of those, Stacy, I've been doing the opposite where I draw and usually do a fixative and then paint on top.
Okay.
And it was for me, but it was also for classes because that craftsy process was like a 2 to 3 day scenario.
Oh, I love it.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to try a little bit of water with just the paint. And this is a yellow that I'm choosing because yellow mixed with charcoal will give me green.
Yeah.
But then I also did want to try a sap. So I'm playing with color to see what it is that I like. Maybe a cone. No. So I just put out sap and it's a no. Maybe a sap with a sepia. Oh, yes. That's a yes. That's a yes.
Oh, beautiful.
And then now here's the thing. There's two approaches with using mixed media as paint as your mixed media choice. One, just like we were talking about, had I planned this, which I'm glad I didn't, but I would have prepared the paper with a whole bunch of splatters of paint, let it dry, and then I would have done the coyotes on top. Okay, so I'm not going to just go in with water and start splattering on top of what I've drawn because then I can't erase anything. So I like that and I'm good with it, but then I also want to try some soft pastel. So I'm okay with this, but if I can get a similar vibe with the soft pastel, then it's a much safer option for me. Let's see, where did I, where's the reference? I'm just looking for, ooh, that's a nice green. Oh, see, as much as I like the paint, this is like, then I can come through and I can still erase with this on. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yep. Soft pastel it is. I like this, but I can still get a similar vibe with this. And I do have enough colors to, so I'll just kind of play with the greens. Those two are nice. Love that I can erase them back. What's this one? Ooh, that's nice. Okay, and then I'll play with this palette and then the coyote colors, which would be very like, it's yellow ochre, raw sienna-ish.
So you're going to color the whole thing then?
Most like, well, it'll be like more spots, but I can't just like leave it patchy. So it'll be, I'm not going to like put soft pastel over everything, but I'm going to incorporate it into.
Okay.
I mean, this color is only in kind of some spots. So I need more of a, like a neutral that's not the right one. That's a no. That will lead into the charcoal so that there's more of a discussion between the charcoal. Yeah, so the charcoal and this brown work really nicely in together into that raw sienna. And then I need like maybe just one little touch of warmth. Like maybe a bit of, that yellow for highlights. There are people out there who do wonderful swatch studies, and they're a little bit more organized. This is how I organize my brain. It does not need to make sense to anyone else. You're here witnessing that I now feel confident. I have ruled that I like both, but that I prefer the one because it's safer, and that I actually don't mind going and taking acrylic and taking that risk, but it is a risk. So if I didn't like the soft pastel, then maybe I would. But I like the soft pastel, so I think that's a green light. It feels good. Worked out my colors. Now I'll get like a little dish. Get a little dish here. Set up my studio with these. And ready to go. So that's the part of like you can plan at the beginning as much as you like, but this ends up happening anyway. Right? So now we get into thinking about your piece. What media, even if it's just little accents, and testing those out in your sketchbooks.
Because I was going to say, this is where I turn to mud.
Uh-huh.
You're not alone.
No. Scares me.
So why would soft pastels not come to mind first?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they do? Okay. Are you wanting to explore something different?
No,
Okay.
not. But I mean, it's been a long time since I've been it's been a long time since I've been doing my art. So introducing the color to my drawing, that was always the big scary thing for me. I love to draw, but when I have to introduce color to it, I'm like, oh my God, here we go.
I get it. Well, you like both. Take a picture. Please, everyone, take a picture of your progress now. You know how many drawings I've done, Nancy, where I'm like, I shouldn't have added color at all.
Yeah.
But
so I could go in, I suppose, light and then get bolder as I go.
yeah, yes, and that's also just the nature of soft pastel on this paper too, right? So you might not need much because you've gotten to a point, your value is great. So you do want to use a workable fixative to some extent, so that your charcoal's not really heavy on the blending, unless you want it to be. I'm not going to fix mine because I want the charcoal to mix. But don't go in gentle because you're afraid. Go in gentle because you want to honor that you just need what you need to make the fox exciting. But the color, if you were doing another animal, perhaps we wouldn't have this conversation right now. The fox needs color. Yeah. It needs it. It wants it. It's like, this is a fox.
Okay.
I like, that character from Labyrinth. Do you know the movie Labyrinth? Oh, please.
Yes, I do.
Drop everything. Go watch.
Yeah.
David Bowie is the Goblin King.
Yeah.
And there's this little fox. It's a puppet. It's all done by Jim Henson. It's all Muppets. And there's this little fox who has a dog that's his horse, and he won't let anyone pass the bridge into the bog of stench. And the reason I bring up this little fox character is because he's so blindly confident, and his attitude and whole demeanor is like how I see foxes. His name is really long. I can't remember what his name is in the movie, but there's something about like foxes are so proud and beautiful, and they, you know, that's their badge of honor, really. Their coat, right? Their tail.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, their tail.
And you could bring in little hints of navy blue into the paws, in the shadows, or in the highlights, actually. Ooh, in the highlights. Like, if you have like a really dark navy blue or even violet, just, you don't have to do complementaries, but even like a violet where it's not just black. Test that out in your sketchbook. See if you can find a nice match for color within the darks and the blacks.
Right.
So I know Stacy had a mission already on her materials. Mary, when you were saying that you were grinding your soft pastel and using it like a pastel powder, so to speak, there are problems with that, and that's because you get chunks, and then you go to smudge it with your brush, and then you get a streak.
Yeah.
So you have an option to play with if you want to try it again, and that would be take sandpaper and get a powder, and then smudge it first onto a piece of paper, and then like, so you're sifting it.
That's what I've been doing that way. I've got a course set that, yeah, I've used it like that.
Well, then you were doing the best you could do with that. I would suggest just doing again your little thumbnails, so you don't have to draw the bears again, but just that sort of like how Stacy did the blob shape.
I thought I might just kind of never mind. Never mind.
Well, the thought's still in the room.
The
thought's still in the room. It might find its way out. I would play with 4 variations of small thumbnails, put in the bears in the center, and just play with you putting in like with the stick, actually not so gentle, like get the color in there and just play with maybe subtle values. And what soft pastels do you have that are, you know, very light and tinted, and so that you can really press into the paper and move it around instead of, you know, trying to make your powder, so that you're not going too dark or too bold. And then I would also, on one of those variations, play with a midnight sky and the northern lights.
Yeah.
I would. It was an idea. It came up before you abandon it. I would do a little thumbnail sketch of it, because if it meant to change the atmosphere of the bears and everything, but it was going to be magnificent and magical, then it would be all worthwhile. You'll know right away if you're like, oh, this is looking like a kid's, you know, idea. I don't like it. You'll know. I'd do at least 4 variations quickly.
Sharlena.
Yeah.
Another. Just go ahead.
Sorry, 1 second, Mary. You were going to say something.
I was just going to ask there to do the different sketchbook experiments. Are you suggesting try the gesso and the acrylic and the powder and the charcoal?
So that's what I explored for my piece. So that doesn't necessarily apply to yours. But if you're excited about gesso and charcoal together, then I would play with that.
Interesting, yes.
It's a one. I have examples I can show you, but I think it's just better that you blob out some gesso and on your sketchbook. Do charcoal then paint into it with the gesso, and then as the gesso's wet, bring the charcoal into that.
And the coloring in the gesso is from?
Well, it's white gesso.
Yes.
And so, but as soon as it hits the charcoal, it makes.
So the charcoal you're saying is a colored?
No. Well,
just the black.
Just black. Sorry, Esther. This is really quick. I have it right here.
Okay.
I have a whole bunch. All right. Let's see how my phone battery's doing. Oh, I can't see. Okay. So these are all charcoal and gesso. So the gesso gets tinted with the charcoal and it creates a very cool tone. And then as you paint and then draw over the paint, the gesso dries really fast because it's high solids and it's very matte, so you can continue to draw. It's all charcoal and gesso. Not that one. This one. And it gives you that, like, I think that cool tone that would look nice with the polar bears. I wasn't like thinking of this for you, but I actually think it would work really well. Yeah.
So that one you just passed, where did the color come from?
That is colored pencil and then acrylic, I guess. Yeah, I mean that this was all play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Colored
I love that.
Yeah.
Wow, love it.
And then to music. Oh, this is my name written over and over and over again. That's actually a really good exercise to do. Because you get like a pattern out of it, right?
This one was from one of the classes we did, but it has also Neocolor 2. So it's the water soluble crayons.
For the color.
Or some of the color. You can do anything, right? With the wet gesso and...
Yeah, gesso's just acrylic paint, right? And because I'm not suggesting use water. So if you want to do a little test, Mary, it's just gesso, no water. You want it out of the jar, like, okay. And then kind of do a back and forth. It's a game that's from this wonderful book where it's about non-objective, so that you're doing you know almost every minute, draw and then paint, and you can use your left hand or whatever just to let them collide. It's all about the collisions, and the more the better. So definitely in that regard, just to play, explore, and warm up. But like going into your piece, I would think that having an idea of, is the environment you want just to be painterly, like they're in a cave and there's like just movement of brush strokes all the way around and it's still very abstract? Or do you want to do soft pastel and actually have like atmosphere, foreground with the lines, background with the sky? Those are the kind of little thumbnails that are worth working out, so that you, and then also as a group, we can do a comparison. What speaks to this kind of next level you want to be at? Grab a beer.
Now that I can do.
Okay, good. Okay, Esther, bring on the thoughts. Where are you? Where are you thinking?
So I, there was the idea of the tree, which now that I've eliminated that with the help of the group. It was my least favorite anyway. Then the idea of the tundra. But something else that has also I've also thought about is just like some kind of atmospheric dreamy effect.
Hey, that's where I was going in my mind
Yeah.
with the work you've done in the past.
Yeah. And I think that ties in more with like where I tend to.
Yeah, I can't see you doing the Caribou with like, narrated and the tundra in the back. Like I love the idea of an atmosphere, but that there's also just lichen dancing around in the air. Like it can be surreal. It does not have to make sense if you go there. You have to go there though. You can't just do a couple and leave it. Like it has to be. Will help you pull it together, but I think you don't need the tree to have the lichen.
No, and I'm not even like I was just interested in being natural, I guess, and are they even around trees? And so I started looking into and then they eat lichen, but I'm not even fixated on the lichen. I'm just the other thing they do is they're guided by the North Star, which is fascinating. Um, and they're guided, so they're guided by the North Star. So just trying to think of or feel my way through some kind of dreamy effect around them.
I'm gonna bring in I'm just gonna save your sketch. Sorry, not your sketch. So the drawing you sent to me earlier today. Just 1 second. I'm going to save that. We're going to bring it into Procreate. And we're going to play.
Okay. And I always like soft pastels. So either I'm creating this still with the charcoal or, my soft pastels would be, where I would be inclined to go.
Mm-hmm. You can't go wrong on the paper. Like watercolor paper and soft pastels really like each other.
Mm.
And then so does charcoal. Charcoal is in the soft pastel like format, right? So, okay. So I would definitely, I'm just going to change my brush to gray right now because, I don't think color it matters. Let's just put in, right. I'm just going to do another layer. And then putting in, if we think about the hot spots where a North Star might be. Which, this is the great thing about this is you can erase it so easily or chill it out, right? And just be like, oh, it's barely there. But let's just also thinking about our composition. You like maybe there's, again, that's almost too strong. Opacity. Yeah. Okay. And then like, what if the tundra, the way was actually all the way up into the sky, into the star. It's getting a little Bethlehemish, but that's okay.
It is. That's true.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
I'm just going to smudge that out and just like sort of keep it loosey as an idea. And then what if there's more caribou back in here? What if there's a couple guys with their big crazy antlers? What if they looked like trees? What if you killed two? No, sorry, not using that term. What if you cooked an egg 2 different ways, and you had more Caribou family community back there, and their antlers all made trees.
Mm.
What if there's a bunch of stars? What if there's stars everywhere? This is what I love about Procreate, because I can actually take that whole layer away and just be like, no, don't like any of it. And then what about what other ideas were there? And then little lichen. What if there's some, because lichen has really nice root quality.
Right.
What if that's your like hardly there, like that's why I kind of made this color really barely there. What if these were all just almost the idea?
And in a way, it's mirroring the antlers again.
Ooh,
like
that.
I kind of like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then what if these were all paths? If there's maybe footprints, or what if there's like, so that charcoal powder, because it's so gentle, you can go in and play and then really, almost brush it out. But you're creating more atmosphere. And if you look at Stacy's, consider what she did around the bird, like that there's almost erased stuff.
Yes.
But that it makes it more interesting.
Okay. That.
Because these two are so, okay, these two are so well done right now, right? Do you see how, like, what are you going to do with all the rest of this space actually creates for even our minds that these guys, when you say you're going to finish them, they are like at a good point. You don't really necessarily need to do anything more to them. I mean, I know that there's other stuff you want to do, but that thinking about what happens in and around is totally just as important.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
More. And then, like, just to get a sense of how big to make these.
I still like the monochromatic, like not, I don't really, I don't feel color. I'm not feeling color.
Okay.
But, who knows?
Yeah.
Things change.
Maybe you have to get like your really darks in there before you can really see anything.
Yeah. Do you mean in the kind of background areas, or
I was thinking like the nose and the inside ears.
Yeah, like, let's go dark. Come on, let's go dark. Esther.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And the eyes, maybe even the legs, some of the legs, not all of the leg, but
there's not a lot of black, but that doesn't mean you can't go dark.
That's true. I didn't use a lot of black. You're right.
Like this leg and behind, like their legs are pretty dark. You can taper it, right?
Right.
But you've been doing, like, your value is great, but you're using it when it comes to charcoal within just one format of charcoal, whereas Stacy's shared, she just got a charcoal compressed stick that's blacker than my coffee in the morning.
Right. Well, I used the powder. I used a charcoal willow stick.
Yeah.
And there is a bit of compressed.
Okay.
But not I think I took it back when I put it down. You know what I mean? I kind of erased it a bit.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, that's okay. But you see how like instantly the dark is powerful, and it may
It
be too
is.
much for you. You do not have to do black, okay? If you want to have what we call more of a high key where your dark is as dark as that, that's fine. That's the only question here is making a conscious decision about it is all. Because right now you're here and so many things could happen in here. Just for the hell of it, I'm just going to show you a little idea here because Mary started it. I was thinking Northern Lights.
Right. Interesting.
Just for fun. Just for fun.
Yeah. Try it out.
Just to be like, okay, that whole, think about the symbolism.
Now it's psychedelic.
Yeah. Well, because that's my interpretation.
Yeah.
And then, like, again, without, and then it's like, okay, this is more peaceful and not, right? Okay, that's fair. So here's like another take. Just doing.
I have to get Procreate.
Let's say you were saying, yeah, it is fun. Okay.
Ooh, love spirals.
Well, and if you want to focus on the North Star,
yeah,
there's got to be a sky, and then then can that sky sort of lead us into where are they going? Like they're following something. So, and I'm looking for movement in here because the alternative is like just having this tiny, tiny, tiny little star and tiny, tiny little tundra lines, which I know it's nice, right? That's minimalistic. Yeah. But yeah, you got to kind of play with a lot. Mm-hmm. and I don't just mean like a lot of variations to compare to, but sometimes if you think you want minimal, you also have to play with when I say a lot, I mean like the complex, too much stuff. So
okay, well, I'll do what everybody else is doing is, start playing in my sketchbook.
Yeah.
And try out some different ideas.
Yes.
And see where that goes. And in the meantime, after this, look into getting Procreate.
Yeah, it's good. It's $30 one shot to get the program.
Yeah, great.
And, you need an Apple Pen. Do you have one?
No, I don't, but
$100, totally worth that.
I can see that.
And then in Procreate, it already comes with a bunch of brushes, but you can always add, you can buy brushes. Mm-hmm. They're packs, they're add-ons.
I don't know, Dan, maybe Dan's never going to see me again. I'm just going to like be totally. And I'll just say it's all Sharlena's fault.
He's going to be like, this isn't the first time.
No. He calls me his art widow sometimes.
Oh, touche.
Yeah. Oh dear. Okay.
All right, I'm going to set up my camera to this as I add soft pastel so that it'll record it. And then just shout out at any time anyone wants to chit chat about what you're discovering or decisions you're coming across. My cats have, oh, there are litter boxes down here. And my cats have literally stank me out right now. So I'm just going to take a minute to go upstairs because it's so horrendous. Like, I love them, but boo. Take a poo mid-class.
That's pretty rude. Yeah, that is pretty rude.
It's so bad. Or I wouldn't have said anything. I'll be back. I'm going to get some spray or something. That's better. So much better. I have this really nice spray. It's a body spray. It should not be just spraying my shirt. It should be my hands. I got it in Japan. And it's sage and witch hazel. It's so, so nice. Okay, it's much better.
You got it in Japan and you still have it?
Well, because I love it so much, I barely use it. Herbal body spray. Yeah, it was like $50. And the lady tried to tell me in English that it only lasts for like 20 minutes. So I ended up getting hand cream as well because it lasts a little longer. Smell. You've probably heard of the company Aesop.
I don't know.
Yeah. They make any kind of body, hair, skin stuff that you can imagine. And it's in all of these really nice, earthy scents. And they're delicate. But I think the hand cream that I got in little tube, it reminds me of L'Occitane, like that kind of high end stuff. And I normally wouldn't have bought it, but I had some yen left, and I'm like, am I going to convert it, or am I going to buy something before I jump the plane? So I'm going to take, leaving the meeting on my phone so that I can reference the pause. I tried to look at video like Irene had suggested, but again, it was like I still couldn't really tell what was happening. Is there just a blur? Oh. I'm only spotlighting this for the recording, but shout out anytime. Stacey, for your future buying paper, do try Strathmore, because for like with this morning when I was playing with the arm,
Yeah.
I can pull back even compressed charcoal all the way back.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like you can somewhat see a ghost. Like I'll take a close up for you. But I was like, oh my God, yeah, it's so much. It's why I like it, I guess. I was like, it's pretty amazing.
I'm really digging this Faber-Castell charcoal.
Woohoo! Was it sold as a one stick?
No, 3 sticks.
Okay.
For like, I don't know, $8 or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, it's been so many years like asking for charcoal formats. I mean, I bought out all of the charcoal powder that General's made from the art store years ago. I think I still have 2 jars left, and I just was like, I will supply it, because then if I said bring charcoal powder, people would bring coats, the COATES coats, and then that was too black, and that wouldn't erase very well. Like, yeah, brand stuff is. I mean, I've adapted, and I'm like, I can still tell show the techniques without it being brand specific, but it does make it a challenge.
Oh yeah. I mean, unless if they had a charcoal that went a lot darker than the coats, forget about it.
It's pretty darn dark, huh? See, coyote legs just look broken. They just look broken all the time. Another thing I did this morning, for what it's worth, is I stapled my paper to my board instead of using tape. That has made a big difference. And that's inspired by another artist who was stretching her paper, but I was like, oh, you know what? I like the idea of that. Okay. Hmm. Okay. I do understand when you're thinking of bringing pastel in to like add it as accents, because there is something, it can so easily overpower. And I think it looks good together instead of like just taking over. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Doing all these animals makes me want to watch oh, what is that 1970s movie with the rabbits?
Watership Down?
Yes, I love that. And the story at the beginning talking about how the rabbit got its abilities. What that I would just want to watch the intro to it. The whole movie's too sad. If anyone needs an escape, I watched recently. It's an older movie. It's called The Little Princess. And it's about a little girl and she grows up in India. She's an English girl and she grows up in India. And then her father has to go to war. So she gets placed in like a rooming house. And then as soon as her father is presumed dead, she's treated like a servant girl because, the government like seizes his assets and stuff. But the whole movie revolves around her being a storyteller and believing in all the things her father told her, which is that every little girl's a little princess, and it's really good. Really good story.
I loved that book as a child. I read it
Oh,
over and over again. And I remember like my parents would they would buy books for me, but they would leave them on the bookshelves amongst all the other books. And so I would discover various books.
like that you're not supposed to read, or
No, I think they just did it, it was probably my dad, I think he liked the fun of my discovering these books on my own.
oh,
Yeah. So, all of a sudden I'd be looking at the bookshelf and there'd be some book there that I hadn't read. And he, he had me join a book club. So, I mean, we lived way up north, so we couldn't just like, go out and buy books. So every month a book would arrive as well. Um, but yeah, I love that book. I'm sure,
oh,
I'm sure the movie's good too.
I'm sure the book is way better because it's
Yeah.
obviously illustrated like our storytelling
Yeah.
story, but the because it's not a new movie, the that like there's no special effects, and so when she's telling a story and she's getting into certain aspects, it's all body paint and set design, and it's really well done. Oh, color is so worth it. Yes, indeed. Hi, Toshi. Hi. I say hi. Come here. Come here. Say hi.
Where are the treats? Where are the treats?
So he definitely wants treats, but what he really wants is a bum rub.
Oh, really?
He
Things like that.
he will turn his head around and watch me rub his bum just to make sure I'm doing it right. And he has a tail that's like a fox. I mean, it's just so magnificent.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Gorgeous.
And dense. It's so dense. What did you drop? Hey, come here.
Oh, yeah.
You eat your tail? Eat your tail. Eat your tail. He is too. Okay, don't eat your tail. Don't. You're a silly boy. You're silly.
Did you get him from a dealer, from a breeder?
Yeah, she as in the township here, she's local. I mean, this was a conversation that Kelsey and I had. I was here living maybe 2 or 3 weeks, and I'm like, let's get a dog. And she's like, yeah, let's get a dog. And so I looked online she goes, I want a big dog. So, because she has 2 kids, she's like, I want a big dog so that it will smother my youngest. And I was like, is that really what you want? She's like, yes.
Yourself. Yeah.
So Toshi is already bigger than Soren. And Soren wants to ride him all the time. He's like, can I ride him? We're like, no. But I found on Kijiji, this lady Carol, and she's like, hey, I have a litter and they're ready to go in 2 weeks, 3 weeks or something. And so we went and took a look and I think she had 5 left. And this guy was the biggest, and that was the number one selling point. Kelsey said, I want the biggest dog possible.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, because they were all really cute. But the mother is half and half Saint Bernard, and then the Bernese, and then the dad is 100% Bernese. So he ended up, out of the ones that were left, looking more like the Bernese.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, with the breed comes all the other stuff too. Like they're very Velcro and anxious, separation anxiety.
I thought they were laid back guys.
They are absolutely super. I mean, because he's a puppy, he's got a ton of energy. And when he gets older, Mary, he'll be like,
Mellow.
He'll be super cool.
Yeah.
But if I'm not around, or if Kelsey's not around, he gets really stressed. He's like a family dog. Like, you wouldn't get this kind of dog if you were away at work a lot, because they would just freak out.
Yeah, yeah. No, this breeder that you got him from, you say she's local.
She's in town here.
And that town is Gananoque? No.
Well, that's the closest town. But this township is called Lansdowne.
Yeah.
Which is right by Gan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's in Lansdowne. No, maybe she's considered Gananoque. Yeah.
I see. And it's the dog is not registered.
No, it's not like
because of the fix.
And she's not like a legit breeder. Like I think over the lifespan of her 2 dogs has done maybe 10 litters as a thing to do because she has an autistic child. So it was a way for her to generate income. So she does it well, and she has like people who come to her just for this breed, but she's not I don't think she's a licensed breeder. No. And we didn't like, I didn't want papers or anything. Like, I didn't really care. I'm not going to breed him.
No. But even if you did, it'd be a great dog.
Anytime I talk about other animals, Kelsey's like, Shar, we're on fixed incomes. Because they're so expensive, you know? And
Yeah.
I'm like, I know, but
Yeah, I'm kind of looking for a dog.
well, they are wonderful. They're really hyper as babies, and they're like big babies for a long time.
I'd get an older one because
Yeah.
I don't think.
Yeah. Well, I highly recommend big dogs, though, like an older dog that's big. As
Yeah.
much as I love all types of dogs, I love the sense of how big dogs don't know they're big in a different way that small dogs don't know they're small. Like I guess that's a preference, but I love that when big dogs like lay near you, they have like a presence of, they just take up space. I really like that.
Well, I don't want a big dog, but
No.
I've seen others of that breed that are mature and not very big.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, mature, knee height or so.
Yeah.
And the Bernedoodles are adorable.
Mm-hmm.
So you can get those a bit smaller and non-shedding. I mean,
I was just thinking that too. Oh my
and
God.
I've got a picture of one I met down by the marina. He was just, oh my God.
A Labradoodle?
Mm-hmm.
No,
a Bernedoodle.
It's a Bernese poodle mix.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Very, very cute. Oh my God.
And then, so because poodles are hypoallergenic and don't really shed, like he sheds massive.
Yeah, you'd have major. He'd be like a retriever. Like,
oh, it's crazy. And we don't really care. Like we're fine. We kind of, we don't care. But for anyone like who doesn't want hair all over the place, the Bernedoodle mix would be a really great option.
Yeah.
But you can't know for sure that the one that you get is
right. That's so true.
What do you mean?
You can get one when you get a golden doodle, you can get one that's really got so much golden in them, he just sheds all the time.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you've gone and you've fallen in love with the puppy and you've got, a shedding one. My friend, you can get a cockapoo that looks just like a cocker spaniel, really, out of the same bunch of dogs or pups.
Yeah. Our cockapoo, luckily, is one of the ones that's non-shedding.
Yeah. That's, my Yorkie Doodle doesn't shed, thank goodness.
But I thought...
they must have silky fur, though.
You know what? She's got just the softest fur.
Yeah.
Very cute.
Aren't Yorkies hyperallergenic as well, anyway?
Hmm?
I thought Yorkies were hypoallergenic as well.
I don't really know much about Yorkies. I wasn't interested in the Yorkie because I always think of them as being real yappy, which I got a little bit of that. So, but this breeder had been doing poodles for 40 years, and then he got into the designer poodles. So he was telling me all the mixes to avoid, because he had a wait list of 80 people. So he didn't have a puppy for me, but he was just telling me which ones to avoid. And then by the time we finished talking, he said, you know what? What am I doing trying to manage a list of 80 people? You really want one? I'm like, yeah. So he gave me the Yorkie Doodle. He didn't give me, believe me. He sold me the Yorkie Doodle.
Yeah.
There you are, Mrs.
How old is she now?
5.
Oh, she's still a little one.
She is, but she's it's funny, they do change. She was Miss Sociable, bring me to every daycare and stuff, and now she's like, I don't know. If you're a boy, I'm interested. If you're a girl, I might have to tell you who the boss is.
Well, I do think, Mary, I do think that finding an older dog where you can meet them and sort of get a sense of the personalities is an awesome way to go, because as a puppy, you really have no bloody clue.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've had two beloved dogs, and I got them both when they were 4,
That's nice.
and that's what I look for.
Ex-breeding dogs are always so lovely too.
What are they?
Well, they retire them when they're about 4 or 5 from the breeders will retire the dogs.
Oh, I see.
And yeah, my sister got a Westie that way, and it was such a wonderful dog. Actually, and a friend of mine got a golden retriever that way, and he'd never played with a toy. He was so much fun to play with because everything was new to him.
Because we know what he'd been doing before.
Yeah,
Right.
that was how he played.
Yeah, yeah. It's a new way to play.
Well, actually, that's kind of a cool, I mean, I don't know how you look for that, but it's kind of a cool concept, because any dog that's been retired for breeding is usually got like all the good stuff. That's why they were being bred. So I think that's actually kind of a cool approach. Well, the lady that's in town here, like, I have pictures of her 2 dogs, but I don't know what she'll do with them. They're much older than 4, I'll say that. And the father's really big. The mom looks nice, but I contacted the breeder recently to see if I could bring Toshi round and meet his parents. You know, I'm like, his birthday's coming up. He's going to be 1 year old. He doesn't really have a lot of friends or social opportunities out here. And that is a lot to do with us. We don't take him out. But Kelsey has 2 autistic kids, so he is always going to be isolated in a big way. And so I was like, is there any way we could swing by and meet his parents? And she said, no, I'm sorry. The mom is very, very, very shy. And Kelsey was not really too happy about that, because she's like, you're breeding that into them. Like, why would you choose to do that? But I mean, I get it. She's a nice lady. I think she's nice. But the litter was just adorable. Like, every single one of those puppies were amazing, amazing looking. So very good looking breed, I think.
Well, they look like real dogs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I can't pick him up. He's 93 pounds. So at 11 months, so, well, he's almost a year. In 2 weeks, he'll be a year old. So at night, when he will not sleep in bed with me. He will only sleep by the front door where there's a draft. Because he's got a double coat, so he wants to sleep on the floor away. And sometimes I'll get up in the middle of the night to get water or whatever, and I'll say, Toshi, come with me, and he'll just flop on his back and say, give me a belly rub and go away. And I can't, like with one of the cats, if I am in a sucky mood and I want a hug, I'll go pick up a cat and I just go to my bed and I cuddle it. He's like, no. He's a cuddler, but it is like 100% on his terms, or I have to guide him with a treat or something. I have to bribe him. And that's not love.
Yeah.
Where are you at with your discoveries of color and media, Mary?
Nowhere. I just, actually nowhere. I just scribbled some charcoal on a piece of paper here and managed to open an ancient jar of gesso,
Yeah.
hammer and stuff, and put it on there, and it just looks like crap. It's just like putting white paint on it.
So yes, but the magic is in the back and forth, the drawing, painting, and so
It doesn't look much different than just smudging it with powder and a brush. Well, mine doesn't. It's just
you see it.
you see,
I'm just making it big.
you know.
Yeah, but that there's no okay. I see atmosphere in there. Like I see a lot of wonderful value of the paint and drawing combination.
Well, it wasn't good. Thank you.
And yet, if you're not entranced by the combo, then you know.
Well, I'd let it dry and then do some more drawing on and see how the layer thingy works.
But the thing about the gesso charcoal, Mary, is to draw while it's wet.
To draw
while the paint's wet.
Oh,
while the gesso's wet, going in and drawing. Yeah.
Okay, we'll try that. I should add some more water because that gesso is God knows how old.
Oh.
It's a little thick. It's like, what do you call it, impasto?
Right, a little too thick. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's then, you know, yeah. So play with that. It is a thing. It's nice. You can still do like, I mean, if it's the media exploration, right, then I would still play with the soft pastel because you had that out. So set that aside and then see about, instead of trying to grind up the soft pastel, just going in and looking at
with the gesso. With the gesso?
No, just
do it.
Just soft pastel on paper and more to explore the colors combination, like to get a palette going that, you know, and to look at ideas on what composition outside of the bears you have. You know, are you going to go with just simple color blocking or are you going to?
Yeah. Well, I discovered when I was sorting through stuff in the studio, a painting that I did when I was working with my little niece.
Oh,
11, you know, and this was 20 years ago.
Would you like to share it?
Well, I was trying to show where we were experimenting with all kinds of things, printmaking and watercolor and all that. And this was, I think it was acrylics, but I was trying to show her depth, to how to portray depth. Mm-hmm. I don't know how to teach kids, so I had no idea at what learning stage they are. So I just said stuff you gotta know.
Yeah, we don't teach kids, they teach us, right?
Yes, for sure. Anyway, I did this quick thing to show her perspective, I guess, and showing depth. And guess what it was?
Polar bears.
Oh.
Well, now we know what that looks like. That's awesome.
Yeah, and this line here was basically what I was showing her. This line.
Yes.
But that I just saw that and I thought, gosh.
You know, I'm so glad you found that for the memory, but then also now you know what that would look like is to just put in that color and that I would say don't do it. You've already done it. You've done it in the past.
See, there's some kind of activity in there.
There is, and it's wonderful. We know it would work, but I'd love to see what else you could come up with.
You know, I had this vision.
Yeah.
I went to church Okay, now that's not usual.
Was that like on Sunday, this past Sunday?
2 nights ago.
Okay.
And I was muscled into it. Anyway, that's a long story. But anyway, I went to church for this classical music thing, which was fine.
Oh, cool.
But while I'm sitting there, I look up in the nave and there's the vault, and it is beautiful, beautiful, dark, almost French ultramarine.
Uh-huh.
In regular spots, there are gold, and it's like a wallpaper. I think they were fleur de lis. I was too far back to see, but I think they were fleur de lis.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, it was just gorgeous. This navy blue or Prussian blue or French ultramarine, really. And these golden things in a pattern. They weren't like, this is supposed to be the celestial sky or anything. This is a pattern. But I thought, my bears, that would look so cool in the background. Just this navy thing with these gold, never mind.
But why not?
No, I'm going to try. I'll make a thing and put it on there. See if it looks what it looks like.
Like a separate piece of paper and just sort of collage to visualize it.
Yeah.
I am like, okay, there's like, you have extremes to work with. Leave it completely open and
then this is just opaquely blue.
I like the idea of that because I think it'll be very dramatic.
I was going to try that when I came home from church.
Yeah, too much going on to, this is our time though. I'm still okay to hang out if you guys are.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go soon, Sharlena. So can you just have a look at what I'm doing and
please, yeah.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
I can't see it. Ooh.
I can. No, that's not gonna work.
Yeah, you have your laptop or iPad? What is it?
Can you see it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, better.
It's just enough color. It's looking great. I mean, if you didn't want to add any more beyond that, it works. I see a fox.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's beautiful.
The background though, maybe put some green in the background.
Or something, because even the space in between the paws, I don't think it can stay light like that.
No, it's got to come, yeah. Okay. And what about texture? Should I put in more fur? Like he's a bit
one note.
Yeah, like I could play around with my black lines a bit more.
And an eraser. Pulling out for fur is good too.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, because right now he looks very modeled and molded.
Yeah.
There's like areas of the tail and in the chest that still have, the fur, and so that's a yes. You want to bring back the fur. And then how detailed do you want to go? When you get out your carbon or charcoal pencil and start to do fur patterns? Absolutely. It's a large piece. It'll take time, but if you can just stay general at the beginning part and just sort of get the fur texture back with the kneadable and even a pan pastel tool or some kind of tool to go in with the charcoal. Does anyone have any ideas on color for the background? What are you thinking for green?
I think a dark green would look nice in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have almost a bluey dark green. It's called spruce green or something.
Oh yeah. That would be nice.
Spruce blue, actually.
I like the idea of that. It'll change things up. I think it's worth a try.
All right. Okay. All right. Thank you.
And then when you can, if you don't mind, just taking a picture and sending it my way because of the screen camera not showing the like all of the details.
Yeah, for sure. Because and maybe you can tell me how much more to go because I'll wreck it.
Well, I am going to try and help that not to happen. If you can take a picture of it where it's on the floor.
On the floor, okay.
So that the light from outside is hitting it, just so that the light inside that's really warm isn't affecting the color so much. As much like outdoor light for the photo as possible.
All right. Okay, thank you.
You haven't wrecked it, so we're good, okay?
Yeah, and we've still got next week, right?
Yes.
What happens next week?
Next week.
Working.
Hold on. I'm just checking my notes here. I put down refinement and resolution.
Okay.
So it's like, I mean, and again, I understand life and I understand it's what you can, the time you can put into things. But for my lesson plan, it was to critique and really look at the last 10%, details. Again, how far do we go with details? Where are we on stylization? Still remaining with the spirit of the animal without it getting too overworked. Embracing some areas that were beautiful accidents that happened instead of trying to refine everything all the time. Where does it need to be refined? Selective focus was my note. Final highlights like a touch of gold leaf or ink, or, you know, like as in Stacy's, does she put in yellow for the eye? And then what I'd like to do is, as much as possible, get an image of how big this is that if we all can take a photo of our work, but in scale up to something else, whether that's, you know, putting a beer can next to it so we can see the scale. You know what I mean? Or like a hand. Like taking a picture and having someone standing next to it, or, you know, anything that we can do to just to really show the scale. Because if I said, okay, we're all done, send a picture, and we were going to like put these, I'd love to share, you know, I like to share stuff, but no one's going to be able to tell the scale. And that's really all the work that's involved has a lot to do with the scale of being a full sheet of paper. So those are my ideas.
Okay, thanks. I'm sorry that I have to go, but I do have.
That's okay. Yeah. Okay.
I'll see you next week.
In touch.
See you next week.
Bye.
Good luck.
I ended up grabbing my pan pastels because I was like, the stick I was using, I'm like, I know that I have this color in pan pastels. And then I pulled out my palette and I'm like, wow, I actually have all the colors that I need. But the tool lifts the charcoal. It actually it.
Oh.
So I'm just sort of going in and gently bridging and taking my time. Yeah. So, you know, again, running into this is the troubleshooting. You have an idea, you try it, it works in one sense, maybe it doesn't in another. I'm like,
pastels. What's the texture? I've never seen them.
They're soft pastels, Mary. They are soft pastels.
They're not powdery like a compact or something.
Yeah, I mean, you could essentially say it's like artist grade, you know, eyeshadow, which it isn't. It is this, but it's in this format. It's just a different format. So instead of being able to hold this and draw, you have to use these tools.
That tool.
And they're made for each other. And this is like a microfiber
Okay.
little thing that comes on an similar to a palette knife.
Yeah.
And it's fantastic. I mean, it's really highly pigmented. It's only good for like flat blocking in though. You know, you can do a whole piece with this, but generally you would bring this in at the very end and make your marks where you're not smudging them, because this doesn't have like the same intensity simply because of the format and this pressing it down into paper.
Right. Okay. Do you think Michaels would carry that?
No.
I'm sure they no.
I guess maybe nowadays, but they didn't.
Well, and then there's Canadian Michaels, which is different.
Oh, okay.
Michaels, Canada.
And Michaels here is more expensive, way more expensive.
Same.
Yeah.
Same. Pan pastel. Well, Golden, the company Golden purchased Pan pastels, so more than like, yeah, they do. Michaels does carry them
In Belleville. Like, if they carry it, would it be in Belleville then, do you think?
Let me see.
We should.
Find other stores. 1 second. Belleville. I mean, I've taught a lot of classes of this in Belleville, so Belleville. Change my store. Yeah, they do carry them.
Okay. Okay.
They only have sets, like, whereas I ended up buying very specific color here. I bought, like, this is a palette. You can get palettes of 6.
And you select the colors.
I selected the colors. I didn't buy these in store. Like, they make, I don't have a brochure too handy, but they make like 100 colors. They make, you know, all the artist colors. Like this one is burnt sienna. Like it is, you know, they're not funny names or anything. You can get titanium white, carbon black, Payne's gray, and then within each color, like burnt sienna, there will be different tints. So you can get light or dark tints, and it'll be like a darker brown. They're not cheap.
No.
It's kind of like on par. But say, for example, there's a set here. It's black, white, and gray. It's blending and shading, it's called. It's $38. Because it lasts like I don't know when I got this. It's like 15 years ago, and I still have them. Like it lasts a long time. There's a set of 6 colors for $52. It's a portrait set, so it's got your primaries with some neutrals. We have a landscape set, which is 6 colors. And then there's an intro set, which is your primaries. But I'm going to pass this on for a moment to Stacy. Stacy, do you regret buying your pen pastels?
Oh, absolutely not.
No?
No, I love them.
Applicator thing?
It's like, do you like painting?
Yes.
It's like charcoal. You're painting with charcoal. That's what you're doing. It is painting.
Okay.
And you can erase, and you can all sorts of things. You can use it in mixed media. They're wonderful, wonderful. You can layer, so you can take a red and a blue, and you can get purple because they can be like transparent. So it's just
very encouraging. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Trip to Michael's.
Yeah.
So probably Kingston would have a better array.
Hi, Finley. Hi, honey.
Hey, thanks.
Stacy, I was a bit distracted. So what were you saying that you were using that gets all these wonderful.
Oh,
effects.
what Shar was talking about, pan pastels.
Oh, I love them.
Yeah, like you can get, like if you layer purple or red and blue, you can get purple. You can be
Yeah.
very translucent. You can use a grit paper and you can really build them up. Um, and you can erase them. You can use them with, gouache. You can use them with colored pencils, pastel pencils. I mean, just watercolors. They're just beautiful.
Wow.
So
It really does take the pastels to painting in a real way, because instead of using the stick and drawing and smudging, you still feel like you're drawing. So that applicator really does feel like a brush. Yeah, I've done a lot of work with them.
Sorry, Sharlena.
Go ahead, Esther.
I'm very lucky because a man, he's in his 90s now, and he's an artist, and he loves to work with soft pastels and pan pastels. But he's not able to do his art anymore. And so basically, he's offered me around $300 worth of his soft pastels and pan pastels.
wow.
I'm going to pay him something for that, but
or make him food.
yes, that's part of what's happening for sure.
Good.
Yeah. But he's always been encouraging, even though our styles are very different. He's a high realist, and I'm just not generally, as you know, Sharlena. I'm generally not. The Caribou is like, I'm kind of amazed at that. Yeah,
Well, you should be proud for sure.
I am proud of it.
Esther,
Oh, sorry.
No, but high realism, if you think about any of the surrealists, like Hilda F. Klimt, her stuff was all spiritual and symbolic. That's still like what you call like highly refined and realism. It's just not, you could maybe change the high realism for your friend here to say more traditional.
It is traditional. Like, he does landscapes and they're beautiful.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say it's the same thing over and over again.
Yeah. How many red barns can you do?
Well, exactly. He's got hundreds of these paintings. Anyway, we won't go into that. So he wants me to help him sell them for not very much.
Aww.
Yeah, it's kind of sad. He's sad. I gave him a big hug in church on Sunday. Anyway, yeah, that's so I've just been playing. I've never used woodies, like a woody.
Oh yeah.
Have never used them, and I bought a box of them, and so I just broke the box open. I thought, why not? And so, Sharlena, I sent you a couple of little thumbnails that I did, just going crazy, a bit crazy with color. I'm not so sure that I'm going to do this on my actual big drawing, but I did have a bit of fun with it. And I also looked up some reference photos. I noticed that there's a bit of sort of rusty orange in the antlers of the caribou. I might find a way to, integrate that into the piece.
And they shed, and it looks like blood.
Yeah. Yeah, and there was a very clear image of the eyes. Whereas the image that I was looking at, I could not see the eyes. So I might bring a little more definition to the eyes.
Yes.
And there was one image, it was of what was it? Was it two reindeers or two? Oh, I'm saying reindeers now, caribou, they're both the same. Anyway, I think it was with its antlers coming up, and then there was a moon between the antlers.
Ooh.
I'm kind of intrigued by that.
Like the biggest moon possible, like not a small moon, like a big moon.
Yeah.
Like almost like another planet moon.
Exactly. I'm kind of intrigued by that. And so I'm just getting some ideas by looking at different images, and also, ideas for color, and also just decided to go crazy with the woodies.
Woodies are water soluble, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I don't have, that's like one thing I don't have. And I have had really wonderful people in classes let me try them. And I'm really grateful because I just cannot validate going out and buying them.
These are not good drawings, I'm going to say. They're
They're
pretty,
supposed to be thumbnails.
yeah, they're just not.
If you had to spend time on a full out drawing, I would have been giving you a side eye. Okay.
No, not happening.
Okay. Well, I love that with the moon in behind.
I love that. I love that there's not much detail in the ground. That it's just diagonal of the blue.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's interesting, Stacy, because ever since I thought about putting in even a hint of a landscape, I felt like it needs to be diagonal.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that.
It works really well with like how the torso goes into the is that which one's the lady? No, the guy. This is the guy, right?
The smaller one is the guy.
Okay.
The
Yeah,
bigger
it
one
goes
is
right
the-
into their like form, their bodies, which is nice.
I'm not sure if the female is a mother with this calf or whatever that's actually turning into an adolescent.
Oh.
I'm not sure. I don't know. I'd have to look at more photos to sort of figure that out or read.
No, don't worry about the photos. You get to decide the narrative.
Yeah.
You choose.
The other thing I like about this one is I like the dark blue. I like how you've the light and the dark of the reindeer. Like the dark is dark. Does that make sense? So it's dark with the dark blue.
Yes.
And then the light is with the lighter. I like that.
And it's that timeless, earthy, warm, and cool, and not wishy-washy blue, but like this brings atmosphere. Like it feels at night, which I love. And then the other one,
I went a little crazy.
yeah, but this could be something so mystical.
It is mystical. Yeah. That's what I liked about it.
I would love to see since it's just a sketch, just keep bringing that color all the way down. Because to me, it almost feels like even if there was ground, it'd still be reflected in the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not as intense, but like this space just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I'll play with it a little bit. I mean, it's a thumbnail, but it's still, it may be an idea for trying something else, right?
Right.
Well, it's something that I will say before class, I ran into a little interview with an artist who was talking about what kind of makes an artist into, how did she say it? She was kind of more talking about galleries and showing, but on the note of selling and needing to sell, is that not just galleries, but what people want are stories. Mm-hmm. And generally they want a consistent story. They don't want to know that you've done this once. It was a one-off that succeeded. They'd love to be like, I bought this piece because this artist is a master of animals, or Arctic scenes, or spiritual, the spirit animal connection, or what, like that. There's consistency. So for having any reason to focus on whether it's just traditional landscapes or someone who buys your friend's landscapes kind of wants to know that he did 100 other ones, so that what they buy has value and is recognized. And that was obsession to some extent. Like there was something deeper.
Well, the person is obviously in love with, well, I shouldn't say but they're in love with what they're
No,
doing.
you got it. That's it,
Yeah.
right? That they're, and then the whole gallery thing, like galleries want to see consistency. Well, fine, yes, they do. But beyond that, it's about the story. That this isn't just like a one-off story.
Right.
This is part of your story. So why would it only happen once?
Yes.
So if that gives you any reason to do more caribou or reindeer or horses and make consistent,
Yeah, I would actually do this again. I don't know whether I would do caribou again, but other animals, as you know, horses are speaking to me.
The year of the horse.
And they never have before, and then all of a sudden I just started, oh my gosh, I really feel drawn to connecting with with horses. Maybe there's something in me right now that's developing inside of me that's a little more on the wilder side, and they just seem so free. The wild horses anyway. And anyway, I think there's still wildness in them, even when they're maybe tamed,
No.
And they're intuitive. I feel, and I'm intuitive, and there's just something. I'm sitting with it, and I see myself doing more animals. Like I'm so thrilled with this process, Sharlena. I'm not just saying it. I can't, I'm gonna say, like I said, I was mesmerized, like literally mesmerized by doing this. I almost found it hypnotic or something. I don't know what happened to me, but I love it. So I see it. I see, and I love animals anyway. Many animals I'm afraid of, but I still love them. I love them. I don't wish ill on any animal. They're all beautiful, and that's it.
Yeah. Kindred, 100%. Before I get too distracted, because I must say all the kids are home and it is loud. You can't hear it, but I can. And it's so crazy. Like, Stacy, did you want to share your color?
Sure.
Your swatches?
Well, I've already.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you just went in and did it.
Well, I did work with some colors on the thingy, and then, there's only a few areas, so it wasn't that long working with colors.
No, I'm thrilled.
That does it.
It does it.
Love it.
Don't do the eyes, please. No.
No, I wasn't. So this is a little bit more close up.
Nice.
So there's not that much detail in it. I guess it's not showing. Yeah, it's not showing. There are some like splotches right here that you can see that comes out, and right here. Hopefully when I take a picture, it'll show.
Okay.
And then
I like the transition from the beak to the back, like the whether the charcoal got in there. Like, it's really nice on the father.
Does this dip in too much? Doop doop.
No.
Okay.
That's wonderful.
It is. It's awesome.
It is wonderful.
So I'm wondering if I should spray it or not spray it and just frame it.
I would spray it, and again, you're doing such a pixie dust spray. It's like hardly there. Okay. But definitely, even if you just do it once, just a little hardly there, so nothing changes, and then frame it.
Okay.
And then, because I'm going to record this, let's just do a little chat for everybody. I know Stacy, but for signing, where to sign. And because of where the bird is, I would sign on the left. This is all suggestive.
So you're saying like sign over here?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah. Because you sign on the right, which is the way that Westerners read and how it's typically done. But it's not about typical. You should always sign independent of the piece and what it is. And if I saw your signature under the tail end of that bird, I'd be pissed. Like, as a viewer, I'd be like, really? 'Cause it's just bringing my eye right there. Last thing I want to see is your name. So like, even if you did it all like going up, like vertical up on the left side of the tree, but or just, I actually don't think I'd do vertical. That's a little kitschy. Just on that left side of the bottom.
How big do you sign your name on a piece like this? Just little?
The same as always. Sort of like you're signing a document. Get your carbon pencil nice and sharp. Set this on a flat surface. Put a piece of paper under your hand. Get really comfortable. Do a couple of tests if you need to, and then just do it and don't regret it.
I've changed my signature to just my initials because of the oil painting that I'm now doing. Can you have a different signature for pastels and oil paint, or should you just always do one?
You can. It's whatever you want. I have two. I do not feel bad. I don't question it. The only thing I've ever questioned is that galleries do like to see your signature on the front, but even still, I'm like, too bad. If I sign the back, it's still there, so stuff it.
Okay.
Yeah. But no, I have a different signature for paint as well, and I'm not going to change that. But I mean, I wouldn't just do your oil painting signature on this just to keep it consistent. That doesn't make sense to me. But it is whatever you decide. Like, if you want to stick with one from here on out. But if you want to bounce back and forth with different media, then keep that consistent as well. Like, as long as there's some consistency in your decision, even if it's inconsistent.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Would you do it over here, or would you do it like here so it's underneath? Over here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and about an inch in on both sides.
Okay.
Yeah, just like you're signing a check. Next week, I'll make a note that we can talk about pricing, okay?
All right. I wouldn't sell this one just because both images are not copyright free.
Nah. We'll talk about that too if you want.
Okay.
But, I mean, you can keep it up in your house, but at some point you might want to sell it. A lot of people who choose to keep things end up selling them at some point anyway. Someone comes to their house and then they're begged for them. I've probably heard more stories about that than I have of, people actually selling things they want to sell.
Oh, okay.
Interesting, eh? It's almost like you want to sell it, somehow keep it, hang on to it for a little bit and tell everyone it's not for sale. And then that's when they start knocking your door down.
Okay.
Have it.
Can you go outside?
She was just outside.
Oh, you did? Okay. I heard her walking around, I thought.
All good. Very exciting, Stacey. So perhaps you want to start something new next week.
Okay. I'll get out my Reeves.
Yes. And I am around. So if you need to chat in between now and next Tuesday, I'm here. Okay.
Well, Sunday? Will I see you Sunday?
I'll see you Sunday. Yeah.
Okay.
And I do have open studio. So I know like Mary, weekends aren't great. And Esther, same, like I have open studio Sunday mornings and you're in church, much respect. But yeah, I guess. Okay. That's when I'm doing open studio, but it doesn't matter. Just as we've been.
Okay. Thank you. Sometimes I skip church, Sharlena, so we'll see.
Well, if you ever felt like you need to, I'm trying to keep this open studio on Sunday happening because it's been amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. So productive. So good to have an open forum to work on whatever you want. And we really do work. It's not chatter the whole time.
Hey, it's sacred space too, right?
It is. Yeah. Yeah. I actually, for a long time, used to call the Sunday morning classes art mass. And nobody got it for the most part. So, and then I was like, okay, fine, I'll just call it open studio. But to me, it is church. Like it's a commitment to myself, and that this is God, and I am a creator. You know, like this is the studio is my sacred space, and it's even if it's not a belief, that is what it is. Right? You want to walk in the studio, you want to feel safe, you want to feel like there's going to be some sort of divine channeling. And so that is so far because the studio, open studios drop in. So far, anyone who's come, it's felt the same no matter what, coming in and out. And I feel like that's just the people I attract, and blessed.
How long will you do this open studio?
For as long as I can, forever. Maybe not so much this summer, Mary, because it's a little funny of a time for people to commit. But
I'm just thinking of the travel.
But it's over Zoom.
Oh, it's over Zoom.
But if you want to come to Lansdowne, Sundays every day of the week, okay?
Oh, I was gonna motor off there.
Get that car on the road.
Now that my vehicle works. Yeah.
I'm so glad it works. I'll keep in touch with you about Belleville. I am teaching for Loyalist in July.
And what is that?
I'll email you.
I'll be there.
I'll be there.
I'm so excited already.
Yeah, I'll send you the details, because right now I'm like, I can't remember anything, dates, what I don't know. But I'll be coming your way in July. Okay.
Okay.
All right, Mary, send me some thoughts, little quick roughs, colors, ideas. Love your bears. They're so majestic. If you left it, if for any reason you say, I don't want to do anything else, you do have my support. Not
in mind.
Okay.
Yeah. I was just going to say, just from here, it's so striking. It's in the background. And I'm looking at it and it's like, wow.
Yeah.
It is.
But you did put some color in there. So you either have to like get rid of it with charcoal or put more of that color in and around, even just little baby hints of it. So it's intentional. It's one or the other. But I would just hate for you to do that because you're afraid. So it's okay to choose that because you like it the way it is, and it's a good composition and drawing, and it's strong, and it doesn't need anything else. But I don't want for you to ever question it in the future. Like, oh, I could have done something different, but I was, too afraid. So just make sure that, again, it's an intentional thing. Okay. Maybe just keep it up for a bit and let it speak to you. But I do still think a couple of really good color explorations to, just like what Esther did, the different colors, maybe, the moon or the, I don't know.
The celestial roof.
Oh yeah, the celestial roof. Just to get a sense. If you want, I can always do some stuff digitally. Like I know you can do it and then collage it like the Matisse way. But if you ever want to see it more like on the Procreate, just don't be afraid to ask. I just don't know what is a desire. I don't want to force digital tech down anyone's throat. Get that enough.
Yes, I'll know.
Sorry, it's making my brain go a little goofy thinking about technology right now. Okay, I'm gonna head off and take this little guy for a walk.
Great.
Okay, it was really great and productive.
Thank you.
Good work, everyone.
Bye.
See you next week.
See you.
See you. Bye-bye.